In this video, we're going to be looking into Soul Provider Volume 2 and also be loading up some key group instruments from Soulful Instruments. There's a bunch of key group programs that we can start building on top of our music that we're working with the MPC. Not only just listening to some of the drum programs that we'll have, but also some of the stock plugins that they're using. Now, these plugins, we all have these plugins, so there's a lot we can learn by seeing the signal chain they're using in some of these drum programs. So let's jump right into it and have some fun. So right here, I have a blank session. I'm going to jump into my browser, and in my browser, I make sure I go to Expansions tab up here. And if you already loaded up your expansion folder into your SD card, you pop that SD card inside of your MPC, and then you will see your expansion packs right here on your left-hand side. I'm going to jump into Soul Provider Volume 2, and right here, you have your audition window. You get to audition all of the samples. Different ways to audition samples. You could actually listen. If you select this waveform right here, you will listen to the individual one-shots, which could be a lot of one-shots right here. But I rather jump into these four little squares, which that's going to audition entire drum programs that are already put together for us so we can get started. So as I'm auditioning some of these drum programs, we're going to listen to like a 2-bar beat that they put together, and we're going to listen to the type of one-shots that we're going to get, some of the sample chops they will provide for us. And if we like the sound of that drum kit, then we can load that into our session and start building from there. Nice. We'll just listen to a few of these right here. Golly. Oh, we're going to load that up. I already like the textures that I'm listening to. I'm going to keep going and see what other drum kits we have. Wow. Load that up right there. I love the sounds, the textures that I'm getting right there. Wow. Okay, so I loaded up like 3 or 4 different drum programs. I go back to my main page, and in track 1, I'm going to make sure I'm selected at drum program, and then we could see down here in our drum program section, you could start, just make sure you have this selected, and you could just scroll through and you will listen to the different drum programs that we loaded up. Wow. Okay, so what I like about this is they provide an entire drum kit, and you got a few sample chops. You don't have to use all this stuff. You could pick and choose. If you just like the sound of the drums, like these drums already sound so good. They sound mixed right out of the box. Like it sounds really good. Wow. I think I loaded up another kit right here. And one thing that I was mentioning in the beginning of this video, if we're listening to how this sounds, like if we want to hear like how is this sample ringing, like I almost feel like it has this texture that's very lo-fi, if I can use that word. You open up this little eyeball icon, and you'll see if you're selected on the 4 squares, you're looking at the entire drum program. And right here on your left hand side, you could see the signal chain that they're using to get the sound that we're listening to. Like it's so dirty and compressed. If we open this up, we could see the whole entire signal chain. And if we want to turn all that off, see how it sounds with nothing processed. Wow. It's a night and day difference that we're listening to. And at least for me, I like to just, if I like how this sounds, I really enjoy the sound of this, I want to see how are they using this air compressor. We open up air compressor. I'm looking, I mean, they're dropping the threshold at -12, a ratio at 3.91, and output at 12. Like, you're looking at all these settings and seeing how they're using some of these stock plugins to make the drums stand out. Not only am I hearing the entire drum kit, but I can also go to the individual pads right here. Like this sample right here has this ring. I'm all actually seeing they're using the SP1200 ring. And they also have a little delay right here. Especially for somebody just getting started that feels a little lost with their mixing. This right here is a huge thumbs up for you to just get started with your ideas and your music starts sounding good. Like right here, I'm actually gonna go back to this kit. Oh man, this sounds good. I actually like this right here. Okay, I'm tapping that out at 77. I want to record that on the grid and just get started with something right here. Get those kicks in, quantize. Yeah. Okay, so we have that right there in track one. It's just coming together really nice. I'm actually gonna go and start adding on top of this right here. I'm gonna go to track two, and in track two, I'm not gonna use this track two as a drum program. I want to jump into my key groups program. Going into the key groups program, if I go to my browser, I'm actually gonna go right here to Soulful Instruments. In Soulful Instruments, you're going to be provided with a lot of key group programs. What are key group programs, you might be asking? A key group program is just taking a sample. It could be a piano chord, it could be a guitar hit, or a trumpet horn, or a bass note from a sample. You sample that into your MPC, and once you have that in your MPC, you could play that as a key group program, and that will allow you to perform that one-shot sample melodically across your 16 pads as if it was a piano, an instrument. You can start performing that one-shot sample on top of your track that you're working on. Oh, that sounds so good. Wow. Wow. Beautiful. Wow. Okay, I'm loading some of these in right now. These sound really nice. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm sorry. I get excited when I listen to this. Load that in. That sounds so cool. You serious? Okay, we're loading a few in right now. So we have a few key group programs loaded up right here, and as long as we're loaded or selected in this key group program section on that track that you want to audition those, you could go down to your key group program section and you could just start banking through. right, so I'm going to go right here. I'm going to name this Plux And let's jump into track 3. And in track 3, I'm going to keep this in a key group program. There really is no limitations, especially as you guys see me working with some of these key group programs. You could definitely sample anything. If you have a key or piano synthesizers laying around your house, you want to sample those into your MPC, start just going right off of those sounds. That's actually very powerful. So I hope you enjoyed this session with me as we went through and just making something with Soul Provider Volume 2 and also Soulful Instruments. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys had a blast. I know I did. I'll catch you guys on our next video. Peace.